Hi, Prudence.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for allowing us to have this conversation. So the show is Dine with Tsotsi, where we're going to celebrate everything Zimbabwean. On today's show, we're going to celebrate Prudence. They call her the African hybrid. She's a plus size model. So before we start, we just want to have a meal. Then we continue. Alan?
Okay, sure.
Great. Kuma andenda tononokerwa. Alan. Vakomana.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you so much, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, like we said, the show is Dine with Tsotsi, where we celebrate everything Zimbabwean. Okay, and African, hence all things African. Today we want to celebrate you. For those who really don't know who Prudence is, I know who the African hybrid is, but there are millions of viewers who don't know who African hybrid is. Can you tell us who is Prudence?
Okay, I am Fazai Prudence Kondo, and I'm from Harare, born and raised in Harare. And I've always been big. I think you can relate. You can see me.
You make it seem like Wakazara room dig and you just became big.
Yeah, I've always been big. Not even. So I decided to do this, like plus size modeling. I'd love to call it body positivity. Why? Because for me, it's not only to do with the commercial side of modeling, but it's also me making an impact to the plus size world and letting them know that there is nothing wrong with being plus size, especially in an environment like Zimbabwe.
Then I come to my next question. You see, there is a thing like with social media is not a safe space. Seeing plus size models like you, as confident as you have seen most of the content that you post, how do you handle the negativity that's thrown, the shades that are thrown at you?
I'll be honest, when I started out, I felt like giving up 100 times. I still do sometimes, but every other time that negative thing comes through, I think of the 100 messages I get in the morning from different women that I sell lingerie to, that I talk to, that talk to me. I talk to anyone, and I find it very comforting, and I find strength in that, and I'm like, okay, if I can inspire 10 people and maybe piece off 2, then that's it.
We are Zimbabweans, we're Africans, and lingerie, it's a taboo, it's an untouched
Says who?
Space. No, I'm Zimbabwean. People can relate with me. So seeing someone posing in lingerie and putting it on social space, to me, it's my one. Because I'm thinking, hey, then I tried to. I tell you, I had a series, a soapy, with a scene. I was in my boxers, shirtless with my boxers, drip on my bed. Me coming out of Papa said it was okay. There was nothing wrong with that. But getting home, my wife, my wife, she understands. She's a TV person. But the feedback from the relatives, hey, you get it. How do you handle that?
Okay, I think there are different parts to your question. Okay, there's a part of me being confident in my own skin. I really don't mind. As long as this is on, even if it's not, I'm cool with myself because it's exactly what I want. I really love being different woman. I'm diverse like that. And I really don't have a problem with myself. Then comes the idea of the society and the family, like family values, society and things like that. You know, that part, at first, honestly, I do not want to tell you the long messages I had and all those things. But then they got to understand me. That's the time I say to myself, you know what? I used to watch, I watch commercials all the time. I love beauty, you know, I've always loved makeup and things like that. I'm a makeup artist and things like that. And people always watch Miss Zimbabwe, you know? And it's so common that they've got that bikini set. And I don't know which round is that, but then they do have that, okay? It's normal for everyone to watch that, but it becomes offensive or provocative, I say, when it's now a plus size person. Okay, isn't that double standards?
It's not double standard.
It is.
But to be honest, there are some pictures whereby if I look at them, I'm like, okay, why? It's in us, as much as you're saying it's double standard, but we're here to celebrate who we are. This is you. And I love the fact that you're so confident in who you are and you're not ashamed to really showcase.
My ancestors wore Nimbinisha Shiku. I'm comfortable in my skin.
Culture is dynamic. Culture is dynamic. Do you agree? It changes with time. Tava ira enembe and we're now putting on clothes. Are you guys trying to take us back there?
No.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying that lingerie is a part of us. Underwear is a part of us. And
There's a reason why it's called underwear.
But I'm advertising. I'm a model, by the way.
Why can't you just put it on a mannequin?
No, we can't do that. Why? You're comfortable seeing a Victoria's Secret model, but you're not comfortable with African hybrid. Why?
Because it's closer to home. It's my sister. I can just bump into corridor.
It doesn't matter, does it? Don't they have sisters and brothers and fathers and everything like that?
The danger with culture is good to, like, we want to modernize culture, but our space is not that flexible.
I certainly decide to create my own space, a space where even if I'm to bring my children and my grandchildren into the world, is a safe space, irregardless of how you feel about it. Because we are not going to deny that. It cannot be a problem then because it's now a bigger woman on set. No, that's not
So
true.
you're saying the problem is when bikinis or lingerie is worn by a plus size model?
Yes, that's when you start getting uncomfortable.
And then I've never been uncomfortable. Size does not matter. There's a reason why it's called underwear.
But I'm a model, so my portfolio is going to be open just like that.
Okay, for now, I need to swallow up. Stay tuned, we'll be right back on a second segment. The show is Dine with Tsotsi, where we celebrate everything Zimbabwean. On today's episode, we have a different topic. We have a plus size model, and she advertises lingerie. I know it's a taboo to most of you, but come on, this is the world that we're living in. So, I'm not here to throw a shade, castigate, put it on your corner. But I'm speaking on behalf of the millions that have questions, because I also go through the comment section and I read some of the concerns, and some concerns really relate to me. You as a model, a mother, a sister, a business person, you've got business colleagues, walking in the office in the morning after the weekend, you've posted that thing, the feeling and the look they give you. That, how do you respond to that?
I've honestly tried to keep myself in good, conducive environments where I get back and I'm like rested. I can face the world and the world can be against me. But my family, my home, my house, it's a safe place. I can turn off my phone and be in a safe zone. Even when you talk to me in a conversation, I'm very proud to introduce myself as Prudence African Hybrid, because it's what I do. For me, it's the cause that matters, because you need to be aware. And I also need to put it out there to somebody out there that there's nothing wrong with being whoever you are and dressing a certain type of way. Okay? Even if it provokes the next person, it's their issue to deal with. It's
So
not
you don't care?
Obviously, you would care, but it's nothing that can make me change the things that I would want to do or the way I want to carry myself.
In other words, you're confident and you do not care about your surroundings. Because these things affect your relatives more than they do to you. This is me thinking.
If we use the word affect, it's like as if it's an abusive form of effect. But
But don't be selfish, as long as you're born, you don't care.
It's not like I walk around in lingerie. I don't. As you can see, fully dressed. Okay? But there's a certain aspect of plus-size women that has been long forgotten. They can't even get no more nice pants simply because they don't have representation. You get it? So they're like
I wish
an
I
outcast.
I'm in that I'm trying to get it,
they're
but
like
I'm following.
So they're like an outcast. You get it? They've been long forgotten. Plus size fashion has been long forgotten, and they don't even have ties. They don't even have bras. They don't even have. It's a mess. You know what I mean? Because simply because you decided to say, "Hana, this body type, Hana dafdunda menga," and then all those things. Those are things that we receive from you guys, and we're at the receiving end. And sometimes now, when we try to break the shell, we come up too aggressive to you guys, and then I understand we come up very aggressive, but then it's us breaking the show. It's nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with us.
You mentioned how people call you out there. Why is it you find a problem when people call you mdafu? What's wrong with that? I'm not offended.
I'm not offended, honestly.
But most women are.
The way
They don't want to be called fat.
The way it's said.
Okay.
Wafuta. You know, it's gonna happen. I've given birth. I'm now a woman and things like that. The body changes. So this is why I always say, for me, let's not look at me like a model. Look at me like body positivity. Because what we're saying is, there's a lot of things that affect a woman's weight, especially in the modern day. There's contraception, there's giving birth, there's changes of environment, changes of hormones, things like that. You're now changing from a teenager into a woman, things like that. People don't even consider
I know it's a fight that I will never win because I'm not a woman. I won't even understand. But I'm saying sometimes it's just negligence.
Not even.
That's what I think. You make it seem like giving birth is a bad thing. It's not.
It's not.
And it's scientific. It's by design. You know, one or the other things like ABCD is going to happen. It's how you carry yourself after that.
Exactly. You still need to own your femininity and still understand that men are visual. You're also a person on your own. You have to look good and feel good from inside out. So that's like the goal.
So the problem I see in but I know it's offensive. But why should it? Why is it offensive?
I don't think
it's like telling someone who you're broke.
I don't think it's offensive if said in the right manner.
What's the right manner?
Hey, girl, you've gained weight. Wow.
Wow, Prudence, I wouldn't have seen you like 3-4 months, and I see you today.
And you're excited.
And I'm
That's
excited.
nice.
I'm like, wow,
that's
you've
nice.
gained weight.
But, people do that and think it's okay. Why?
That's street lingua. One of the. Let me tell you one thing that. Okay, let me tell you one thing that I know. Men, we just take things as is at face value. But the moment you tend to personalize
Isn't
issues.
that sexual harassment?
It's not okay. It's sexual harassment, you get it, but I'll give you an example. Like Kubora. If you check the audience, Kubora, there are few females than male numbers. Because probably of the language, say it's offensive to a female. But if you get to Goku Stadium, I'm a loyal Caps United fan. There are these ladies, these plus size model ladies. If you see them in the midst of men saying all sort of things, but they don't really care. It's because they've learned to be at peace and accept the fact that that's who I am.
But I think that it's
what I'm
the
simply-
streets of her are not even safe for us.
What I'm simply trying to say is, Kuti, you just need to be at peace with who you are. You don't need to justify to anyone.
That's also true. I second you on that. You need to be at peace. That's also another thing, like self-love. Are you confident enough with your body, yourself? Where on your own, like on the mirror right there?
We'll continue
Are
with
you
self-love.
confident?
We'll continue self-love on our third segment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on our third and final segment. Welcome back to our third and final segment. The show is Dine with Tsotsi. Today we're celebrating Kudzai. Prudence. Kudzi, ane?
No, Fadzai.
Fadzi Prudence. She calls herself the African hybrid. She's a plus size model and she models lingerie. Huh? Good. So, before we went on a break, you were talking about self-love. Care to explain more on self-love?
Okay. My approach to this movement is, okay, we can never stop negativity. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. but we are looking at the positive side of being plus size. You're already plus size. As a woman, you're bigger, you're curvier, you're busty, and things like that. Okay, now that you're there, okay, there's nothing wrong. You need to understand that there's nothing wrong with your body. It's your body. Now it's now a time where you need to take care of yourself, right? Mentally, physically, and appearance wise. Okay, so we're saying it starts in your mind. It's a state of mind. Okay, if you're gonna feel like you are not good enough, every other thing is gonna seem like it's a challenge to your existence.
You know what, Prudence? Right now you're looking fly. You get it? You're a beautiful woman. Everyone can agree. Whoever's watching right now can agree. You guys can agree. My problem is when you go to certain extent to try and prove to people and showcase and say, you know what, I'm there. We already know.
We're not proving anything.
It seems like you are.
We are simply representing a set that was forgotten. Let's remember that. Shall we?
What a way of representing. In any angle, I know that after this episode, a lot of women are going to come guns blazing. But indeed, why did you have to do that? But I have to understand, for the sake of the millions of questions like I do, these questions that I'm asking, there are people who are like, they can't scroll. You get it? Because we Africans. Do you get it? But like you say, culture is dynamic. We have diversified. This is the modern age, modern era. The world is now global. We're global citizens. You're no longer citizens of Zimbabwe. You're representing millions. But we come back at home.
You know what? I'm honestly humbled by the fact that not only do I deal with women that are my age, but I also deal with older women. They come through. My aunt, my grandmother, she's there. She supports me. She even asked me, can I buy this? Do you have cotton pants? Do you have this? Yes. Now, to them, they were long forgotten. But now there I am representing them, standing in for them, taking the bullet for them. But it doesn't matter anyway, because I chose the path.
Have you ever heard a saying that says, internet does not forget?
Yeah, that's very true.
20, 30 years down the line, your great-grandchildren come across your picture in lingerie.
People come across Victoria's Secret videos every time. People come across Tabria Majors. People come across lots of
They can't relate because, come on, this is just Victoria Beckham in a Guariko. This is Prudence that I'm seeing every day, my grandmother.
This is my part. This is my life. This is my journey. This is my life journey. Do you understand? This is so personal.
If every woman is confident, is Prudence. So as long as you're okay,
I'm okay with it.
You don't care.
I chose this. I woke up one day and
but you have a generation responsibility that you have.
I do, and I take care of it. I take care
How
of
are you going to take care of it?
I respect my parents. They know that. I respect my elders. I respect the people that go to church too. I do everything that a daughter is supposed to do. And you
sing present worship in dream church and people by Insta. I'm like scrolling. I'm like, oh, okay.
I do serve God.
Okay.
If it was acceptable, I would even praise and worship Him. But I chose my life journey instead of that, which is fine. I can always do His work somewhere else, empowering the girl child.
In bikinis?
Yes.
Okay, this is me. I want you to answer me with a yes or a no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Would you take one of your pictures in lingerie and make a portrait that you put in your living room?
Yes.
That's my mother.
Yes.
Wow, I would love to visit your house. I didn't say that. Anyway, but it's okay. We're here to celebrate everything Zimbabwean, and I'm happy that you can stand for what you believe in.
Yes.
And you're confident enough to say, you know what, you can put a gun on my head. This is who I am.
Exactly.
As long as it's making business sense. Enough about Prudence. You well traveled. You love traveling, you love food, you love food.
I graze.
I can tell she loves food.
I graze.
The way she was eating off camera. Enough about that. So, I want to pose a question. If you were to recommend any of your friends internationally to come to Zimbabwe and visit Zimbabwe, where would you recommend them to come and why?
I have taken a liking to the Eastern Highlands, like Mutare,
Eastern Highlands, okay.
It's very, very calm.
Vumba,
It's calm. I tell you, it's it's calm. No, do you know where you meet with nature? You know, like there.
It's always cloudy and cold.
It's for me. It's the spot.
So it's Manicaland. Anywhere in Manicaland. Do you have a specification?
Vumba,
Vumba.
Tare, those two.
Have you ever been to Tarazi Falls?
Yes. It's quite calm.
What do you want to go on that skywalk?
I really that's like on top
You're
of my
scared.
bucket list.
Yeah, I could tell. Like,
It's top on my bucket list. I really want to try all that and skydiving and things like that. I really do. I really think life is meant to be lived, and I want to maximize
I think
on
you
it.
enjoy living life on the edge. I now see you, and
No, I enjoy living my life to the fullest, not to that edge.
you live enjoying it on the edge.
No,
This is the vibe that I'm getting.
no, maximizing on life, not
Skydiving, me, not never. Why play with my life? Okay, what meal, let's say food, you want to recommend anyone outside Zimbabwe to come and test the feel of Zimbabwean? What meal would you recommend?
That's an easy one. I would say Madura. Ooh.
Makonyezve.
Yes, that Mbora. Oh yeah, nice. Saka. You know? And I know there's no order to this thing, but potatoes as well.
But anyway, okay, so it's Madura, Mbora, Sadza. Good. If you were to rate this meal that we just had out of 10,
It's perfect. I really love the steak. I know you stole my steak, but anyway.
I did
Okay.
fine. Okay, fine. How would you rate it?
It's a 10 out of 10. I really love this. And I love everything about this. But then I can't eat well because I'm going to have to be classy. But then after this, best believe all this is gone.
And you know, you wonder where that old ningi. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna say. Ndora. So thank you so much, Prudence. And one thing I like about you, when prior to the interview, you thought I was gonna put you in a corner. No, I just wanted to understand and see how confident you can be. How much are you willing to go the edge and fight for what you believe in? These are the kind of people in the kind of generation that we want to be associated with. People who are willing to go to the edge to stand for what they believe in.
Yes.
Okay, the show, like we said, is Dine with Tsotsi, where we celebrate everything Zimbabwean, and we chose to celebrate a plus size model, despite whatever you think and despite whatever you're going to say. And Prudence, she said she would love to go to Manicaland, try skydiving or walk on that skywalk, and she just rated this 10 out of 10. What are the parting words that you'd want people to remember you with in a short?
I'll be so grateful if I don't say thank you. I'm honored. It's not every day that you get people recognizing what you do, your work and everything. And I'm grateful for that. To the person out there, I want to say that you have to really love yourself to an extent where even if somebody else thinks less of you, you can still make it through the day because you love yourself enough to understand that you're important and you come first before everything else.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prudence. Till we meet again, the show is Dine with Tsotsi. See you next time.